Good afternoon and welcome back to the iCare Group Australia Ipswich Jets after the 80. Some special guests today, all three of the club's captains. I didn't even mean to do that either. And we're filming here from Gailes Golf Course, believe it or not. And this is because the Jets have their annual golf day July 3. It's a Friday, don't miss out. We need more people. We're filling up quick, but we need your group to come and join us. So, Blake Lenehan, Pearl Tuitama, got that right today?
Yeah.
All three captains in one place at the same time. How we going, guys?
Yeah, good, mate. Good. Plugging along.
Yeah, good. Feeling good.
Feeling good? Yeah. Me and Blake are on the share microphone today, so bear with us. But another round around the grounds. Pearl had a trial again against Tweed Heads. 2020. Tell us a little bit about how the game went.
Yeah, we travelled down to Tweed for our second and final trial game before heading into round one. We had a strong start, but overall it just came down to individual discipline and lack of effort that kind of allowed Tweed to get back in the foot race, and then we ended up scoring just in the end just to tie it up. But yeah.
It's a tough road trip going down just over the border there, and traditionally a pretty strong outfit, strong club in the BMD space. Are you happy with it? The pre-season, you're nearly on the cusp of finishing pre-season now. That's always a good sign. And are you happy with how the girls are going?
Yeah, 100%. I think we're tracking well. We've had a pretty decent pre-season. Our pre-season games also complemented that a lot. And I think we're ready for round one. So pretty confident.
And round one around the corner. Can you tell us, is there any one person who has really stood out during the pre-season? Someone who we can keep our eye out for.
Yep, I would say one of our forwards who played last year, Bella Peter. She got injured in the beginning of the season, and she's had a really strong off-season. She's rehabbed really well, and she just stood out massively on Saturday. So I'm really looking forward to her getting back come round one.
Unreal. Blakey, another winner, Goodna, undefeated at Goodna.
Yeah.
Just a bit of rundown. I mean, I had my thoughts on the game. Give us a bit of rundown on how you thought it unfolded.
Yeah, I think we're probably pretty similar to the ladies. Thought we were pretty flat with the way we started and then our prep, but just lucky to get through. Like, we had some really quality players in our team, like the likes of Maxie, Tony. I think Corey Ross had a massive game for us. Really brought us back into it with some big defensive moments. But yeah, it's a pretty scrappy win. Tweed come to play a good game of footy, and yeah, we're lucky to get away with 2 points, by 2 points.
So it's a bit of a grudge match. It's not spoken about that much outside of our walls and potentially their walls, but both affiliated clubs with the Gold Coast Titans, so we both get players back. How did you find the build-up? Was it a bit of a different preparation in terms of getting up for that game?
Yeah, no, it was good. We obviously have 4, 5, 6, 7 Titans boys playing for us every week, and a few of them played for Tweed before, and on the flip side of that, there are a few boys at Tweed that have played for us before as well. So yeah, it's a bit of a grudge match. There's obviously a bit of banter getting thrown around at the Titans training throughout the week, and you know, all those boys have their words said and done, but when we get out on the field, that's when the actions come into it. And there's definitely a lot of emotions out on the field early on in the game, and we saw them flying around. But yeah, like I said, once we got into the nitty-gritty of it, obviously it was back to footy and back to basics and just working on our foundations and getting off to a good base. So.
And just with having that affiliation model and obviously getting players back, like you can't complain about the quality, the calibre of play we get back from the Gold Coast. What's your thoughts on it? Does it help or hinder sometimes having more players come back? Like, obviously you don't get of a trainer. We saw Lachlan Elliott sitting on the sideline on the Saturday night in Sydney at the Manly game. They flew back to play with us. Obviously you don't get to see him all week. Does that cause any sort of like disruption or clunkiness around the way we play? What's your thoughts on that?
I think potentially early on in the season, especially with the newer boys coming in, but we've been pretty lucky to hold sort of a core group of those lads that have come back from the Titans, and yeah, it's probably, what are we, around 10 or 11 now, and they've just, the boys that have been playing since round one, they've really cemented themselves a spot, and then you've got players like Lockie Elias, Michael Mollo that are sort of coming in a bit later on now, but they're quality players, so they can quite easily slot into a team. And Mbye's leading us around really well with you and D-Ray. And yeah, I think as long as we listen to Lockie and what he wants us to do, and we get to the spots where he's directing us to go, he's a good enough footy player to just make things happen.
Yeah, he is. It's getting to that business time of the year, and a little bit different position to where you guys are. And you guys are about to start, and we're sort of a midway point. In terms of our affiliation with the Titans, how much interaction do you girls get with our NRLW squad?
So we've got a much better relationship now with the Titans. Two of our players were lucky enough to be a part of the training trial at the beginning of this year. And they are still, like Buffy's, still staying in contact with a few of us players. And we also have a lined up opposed session for this Saturday with the Titans women's team. So it's pretty good.
Yeah, that must be a bit of a buzz, like getting to go up against some players who you might have sort of watched or on that journey that you want to go on. How do you approach that? Do you approach it like a trial, or do you get quite competitive in there?
I reckon, like, you never know when you're going to get a shot, hey, to play or train in front of Boothie and them, and the coaches up at Titans. So I reckon the girls should just showcase what they have, even if it's just in a position.
It's a good way to approach it. Blakey,
Yeah.
I mean, how many games at the Q Cup are you now?
124, I think, after the weekend or something. Rossi and I will have a look at it pre-game.
Yeah, right. So you'd be the most capped jet
In our, well, I think
in our current squad.
No, I think Julian's got me.
Okay.
I think Julian's 125 or 126. He's got me by a few.
Yeah. So yeah, like you're at the point of your career now. You sort of you're very. You can obviously handle Queensland Cup. Like you've done it. You don't fluke. You don't luckily play 124 games. What's next for you? Like how do you get to that next level, and what does that next level look like for you?
I don't know. I was hoping at the start of the year I was playing pretty good footy, bit of consistent footy, and I was performing well for myself, I'd say, and sort of hit a bit of a lull.
Yeah.
Right about now, I'm not probably playing my best footy, so I've just got to figure that out and figure out how I can get myself back on track. But I don't know. I think I'm pretty happy playing just Q Cup footy and getting around my mates and back at home, back at the Jets, and making this club back great to what it was once. Sort of.
Yeah, well, obviously you're a local guy and a bit of a cold hero in the Jets community. And just to touch on like your form, like people, I mean, you're a very harsh critic of yourself, but people go through form slumps and different points of their career. What is the process of getting out of that slump? Like what does that look like for people who haven't played at the level you've played at before? Do you go through a particular process to turn that around?
Yeah, I think mine probably comes down to a fair bit of just routine and lifestyle. I think been working like a lot recently and just putting in a lot of hours at work with overtime and whatnot. So just trying to sort that out probably, and becoming a new dad in October last year as well. So trying to work all that out. But yeah, I don't know, probably just trying to get back on track and focus a bit more on the footy rather than the work. But still got to do that to make a living too. So.
It's such a good point, and I mean, I've got to put my hands together for you because it's something that really has. I haven't struggled with it. It's something that has definitely surprised me is the work-life Queensland Cup commitment balance. Like Queensland Cup is a massive commitment, and when you're coupling it with a full-time job, throwing a couple of kids and a couple of dogs or something at home, it's mate, it's so hard to juggle. So I mean, to get to 124 games under this model that you're doing, it's real well done to you. And like I mentioned before, I wouldn't be too harsh on yourself. You're playing pretty good footy and starting front row for us, helping us out. But I guess same for you, Pearl, in that regard. How do you find the work-life balance and then having to go into training at 5:30 or 6 o'clock and stay there till 8 o'clock at night?
Yeah, no, it's definitely a juggle that we have to try and find that good balance. But kind of like what Blake said, like you just have to make it work. You know, the footy doesn't pay our bills and stuff, especially for us in the female space. But female women are awesome. We've got mothers as well in the team that have to bring their kids to training, have to counter them before school pickups, and then bringing them to training or Saturday morning games. So big props to our mothers. But yeah, you just got to do what you got to do, really.
100%. And I mean, sports obviously a dream of a career choice. If you pick one other sport than rugby league, any of you pick golf?
Yeah, if I could train as consistently for golf as I do for footy, I'd get better at it. But not at the moment. I'm very horrible at golf.
Well, before we came on air, Nick from PBM, who's our marketing team, Pearl was just telling us how well she hits the ball. She was just saying that she's played a lot of golf, and if she wasn't playing rugby league, she'd probably play golf. So we're here at Gailes Golf Club, golf course, and I thought it'd be really rude not to take both Blake and Pearl out on the golf course to promote our golf day on July 3rd. So if you haven't already put a team in, you're missing out, and we're missing you. So come and put a team in. We're going to get down there, and Pearl's going to show us how to putt or drive or a thing or two about golf anyway. And I reckon she's got Blakey covered, but we'll get down there and actually, how about we go? We'll have a putting competition, and we'll have a prize for some of our listeners. Maybe be able to throw in a team of golf or something for them if Pearl can get a hole in one on a par 3.
Sounds good.
How about that?
Yeah.
But thanks for coming, guys. That's a wrap for this week's iCare Group Australia Ipswich Jets After the 80, proudly brought to you by the Jets Leagues Club, the #1 supporter of rugby league in our community. We'll see you down the golf course.
Oh my God.
Jeez, Mbye. Bit to the right, brother.
Oh, this is how good Blake is. He's going opposite. All right, Pearl.
So
You're about 320 metres out here. Is that in reach for you?
we're looking for a naming rights sponsor for our golf day. If you want to have your brand associated with our golf day, then contact the Jets.
If your company wants to sponsor our golf day and turn this logo into your billboard, contact the Jets.